Cane Corso aggression versus protection. 3 things you must know, but first I need to bring one of my best buds over, Bruce Wayne. Bruce, come here. Hey, buddy. Hey, dude. Oh, yeah, I love you. Yeah, I love you. We gotta get you settled. Yeah, I get it. I get it. You love me. Yes. All right, it's a lot to fit on screen here. This little guy here, harmless, right? Well, let me show you what they're gonna turn into. Cane Corsos, part guardian, part gentle giant. But what's the real deal with this breed? Are they aggressive or are they just ultra protective? Today we're breaking it all down, and by the end of this video, you're gonna know what some people think are the most 3 important things to know about a Cane Corso. Before we dive in today, make sure you smash that like button if you like videos about dog training, dog behavior, Cane Corsos, and if not, Bruce Wayne's gonna be really upset with you. You don't wanna upset Bruce Wayne. All right, first let's talk about temperament. Cane Corso's naturally protective. It's in their instincts, it's in their DNA. Here's the key thing to remember. Instincts are not the same as behavior. By instincts, they're guardians. A Cane Corso is protective of their family, their homes, their yards, anything that they feel is theirs, they're going to protect. And I apologize, JJ's a little cut off, but I'm quite squeezed in here right now. But just because they have a protective instinct does not mean that they're aggressive. It really comes down to how you raise and train your Cane Corso. Now, aggression can happen when a dog feels threatened, if they aren't properly raised and socialized. Protection occurs when a Cane Corso feels like there's a threat, but it's more of a measured, thought out response. And that's the absolute beauty of one of these beasts. With the right guidance, they know exactly when and how to act. Let me explain a scenario of a good guard dog that is not aggressive. And I'll use Bruce Wayne as an example here. If somebody comes on the property, he knows that they are not the owner of the property. They're intruding on his space. He is not going to chase after them, mauling them, biting them. He's going to take measured steps. He's going to use his body, his posture, his bark, and he's going to try to remove the threat that way. Everything is going to be taken in steps. He's not just going to charge, bite, and maul. And that's what we see a lot with dog attacks, are that these dogs are not raised properly, they don't have proper leadership, they don't have proper guidance, and that 99% of the time falls on the owner. A lot of people aren't fit to own a Cane Corso, unfortunately. They don't have the time to put into the breed, they're not committed to raising the breed properly, to train them properly, they may not have strong leadership ability. So this breed is not for everyone. And I know a lot of you guys watching this, a lot of you guys are fit because that's the reason you're watching these videos, so you can educate yourself more on the breed. And I'm sure you're watching a ton of other videos, doing your research if you're looking for one of these breeds, figuring out if it's right for your lifestyle. And I absolutely applaud you for the responsibility that you're taking. Next up on this list is proper socialization through puppyhood, through the early stages of a Cane Corso's life. Weeks 8 to 12, they should meet 500 people. They should hear thousands of different sounds, smell thousands of different things, see hundreds of different sights. This is when their brain is developing. This is when they're absorbing the world, figuring out right from wrong. 99% of what your Cane Corso encounters in the real world is not going to be a threat. And this is where you're teaching them, guiding them through life, so they understand that everything that approaches you, everything they see, every random loud sound is not a threat where they're going to be reactive and aggressive. When a Cane Corso puppy's socialized early on, this helps them become a calm, stable adult where they're not overly reactive, where they can understand right from wrong, where they can make proper decisions with your guidance. Every new face they see isn't going to be a threat. Every new sound they hear isn't going to be a threat because they've already been exposed to so many different things. They're going to understand how to navigate their life, how to navigate their own instincts inside of them. And instead of reacting in an aggressive way, they're going to be waiting for your cues. But socialization doesn't end at puppyhood. And I always tell people that socialization's a lifetime thing. Socialization's a skill. And just like any skill, if you stop doing said skill, yeah buddy, I love you too, that skill diminishes over time. These guys are still socialized multiple times a week with us. We still bring them to the mall. We still bring them to coffee shops. We still bring them in public parks where people can see them, where they can observe the world. And every place we bring them is dog friendly, just so you know. So I urge you guys to find as many dog friendly places around you and just start bringing your dogs with you. You don't have to spend a long time there. Just let them observe things. It keeps that socialization skill high and it keeps them understanding what's right from wrong. When you're socializing your dog, you're doing two things. You are desensitizing them to the world, and you're building their confidence. And you can use tools like the TV to socialize your dog. I did that with both these guys. I'd play video games, I'd play shooters, and I'd have the game up super, super loud so the floor is vibrating, so they're hearing gunshots, just so they understand. See, always on guard, and he's not overreacting. So they understand that, oh, this is just normal life. And you can even socialize your dog with other dogs in quotes, on the TV. I actually have multiple 5-10 hour videos. I created them for dog anxiety, so you can just leave them on play when you leave the house. But a lot of dogs will just like watching other dogs on TV, and it just helps desensitize them to other dogs when they meet them in person. It may sound weird, but yes, it does work. So I'll leave those links in the description if you guys are interested in checking those out to help your dog's anxiety when you leave the house, just to keep them entertained when you leave the house, or if you just want to help desensitize them. Yeah, bud, I love you. You got to stay there. Justice he just laid down. Let me ask you guys something really quick. Have you ever met a Cane Corso in person? And what were your thoughts and impressions? Let me know in the comments below. Is it the perfect guardian breed for you, or do you think this breed would be too much for you to handle? The next important part is proper care of a Cane Corso. These dogs are athletic, they're powerful, and they're extremely smart. So you have to fill 3 boxes here with all dogs, but especially a Cane Corso. A Cane Corso needs daily physical activity. I walk these guys about 3 miles every single day in the morning, and then in the evening, afternoon, we have some play sessions. It's important for every living creature to be moving. They need that exercise, but that exercise doesn't always fulfill that mental satisfaction. They're a working breed. They need a job to do. So you need to mentally stimulate them. You can do that through certain games you play with them. You can do that through obedience work. Even doing drills around the house is going to mentally stimulate them. The best thing you can do is mentally stimulate them while you're exercising them. That can look like either doing drills on a walk, have them sit, lay down, stay, you walk away, you recall them, things like that. Or what I like to do a lot of the time is I'll put a weighted vest on these guys, because the weighted vest makes them feel like they're performing a job. And I will leave the link for the weighted vest I've used with these guys. I've used it with Bruce Wayne for 5 years now. I've used it with Joey Justice for 1.5 years now. And it works wonders when I walk them. They are so much more mentally tired out and stimulated by the time they get home wearing the vest. Use code JASON15 for 15% off. Another thing that I like to do, I get a lot of questions, how do I mentally stimulate my dog if it's raining outside, if I can't exercise them? Well, like I said, you can do drills around the house, or I like to play hide and seek with their toys. I'll take a toy, I'll let them play with it, I'll make them drop, I'll make them stay, and I'll have them watch me walk around the house as it's hidden behind my back, and I'll hide it somewhere where they don't see it. I'll release them, and then they gotta go search for it. And then we have the leadership aspect of things. Cane Corso needs a very strong leader that is firm but extremely fair. And this breed is going to naturally gravitate towards the strongest leader in the home. The one that does the most drill work with them, the one that's trained them the most, the one that spends the most time with them, the one that makes sure they don't get away with what they shouldn't. Yes, they are a family dog. They're going to love everyone in the family. But you're gonna notice they seem to respond much better to the strongest leader in the house. And everybody in the house needs to be a leader to the dog. You need to be a strong leader for your Cane Corso, your partner needs to be a strong leader for your Cane Corso, and all of the kids in the home have to be a strong leader for a Cane Corso. Under all this muscle is a dog that just wants to be with its family and wants to be part of the family, take part in activities with the family. Now, if you want to know how to give your Cane Corso the best training possible, make sure you check out the links in the description for dog training courses, and they will quickly get you that perfect canine companion, that guardian that you always wanted, so your dog is not aggressive but protective. Use code JASON to save 10% off of that. Let's recap the 3 things we just discussed really quick. Number 1, temperament. It's all about instincts versus behavior. Number 2, socialization and training early on in life is essential, and it's going to really set the foundation for how your Cane Corso grows into a mature, protective, not aggressive adult. And number 3, proper care. Exercise, mental stimulation, and strong, firm, yet fair leadership. Canine Corso is one of the most loving, loyal breeds that you can get. It's completely up to you and how you raise your dog to shape their protectiveness. Raise your dog right and you have the most amazing companion that you could ever ask for. I know, buddy, I love you too. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any videos on dog training, Canine Corsos, dog care, random vlogs, how I live my life with my dogs, and everything in between. Until next time, Bruce Wayne, Joey Justice down there taking a nap, myself, we see you later. Peace. And this is really cool for somebody that does videos with their dogs. Going back to mental stimulation, giving them a job. They see this as a job. The moment they hear my camera bag unzip, they get up from, even if they're dead asleep, and they just come into the room like, all right, we filming, we doing something? And it's crazy how tired they are just sitting here. A lot of times I'll just make Justice sit up the whole time too. But for the visuals, you know, I try to give you Bruce Wayne sitting up, and he knows he's on the stay, he knows he has to sit, and it just drains him. But to treat them right, for doing their job properly, stay. Justice up, sit. Let me give them a little treat. Gentle, Justice. I'm gonna show you my pants after. Hey, that was not gentle. Bruce, no, gentle. All right, you wanna see the drool mess in my pants? Look at that. Yuck. Thanks, boys. Yeah, good boy. Okay, break.